Alrighty, so let's work on those downward blocks. So from attention stance, closed stance, shoulder stance. Good. So our downward block, first, it's just going to look like this. Right? Now, we're going to take this hand, stick this one out in front, pull the other arm back tight. And first, this hand is going to come across, and this hand is going to be palm towards your ear. Now, we want to make sure our hands are tight, just like in our punches, right? If we have open hands, right, then we could break our fingers or our wrists. So we squeeze nice and tight when we reach. Now, from here, this hand is going to pull back. This one is going to block. This hand comes across to our ear, elbows together. This hand, pull, block. Back hand comes across, check, make sure that hand is palm towards your ear, elbows together, pull, block. Good, let's put the chunks a little bit bigger. So now we're going to reach and cover at the same time. Ready? Reach, cover, check that hand, make sure it's pointed the right way, pull, block. Good. Reach, cover, pull, block. Reach, cover, pull, block. One more. Reach, cover, pull, block. Good. Now from attention stance, a lot of the same ideas that we have in our punch are going to be the same as the ones in our downward block. So take, for example, the opposite arm pulling, right? When we're in our shoulder stance, this hand down, this hand back, instead of focusing on this arm going down really hard and letting this one be loose to the side, when we go, we take this hand and we pull the other one back really hard. This is also going to set this hand up for a really good counterattack. If I block and this arm is loose, this isn't going to be ready to do anything, right? So when I block, this is more powerful, and this is ready for a quick follow-up, right? So let's practice that a couple times. This hand down, this hand back. Really focus on taking that opposite arm and pulling really hard. Okay? This hand, ear, block. Ear, block. Ear, block. Ear, block. Ear, block. Very good. Now, this is a little bit of a detail that helps make sure that our arms are going to be strong. So even if our hand is really tight, if I come swinging in with this outside edge here, this bone is really, really thin. And a lot of the times, if you're blocking a kick or something of a more strong strike, that could still cause some injuries here. So when we block, we twist our hand this way when we're coming in for our block, and we block with both bones at the same time. Then we rotate at the end. Let's do a couple more, and I'll stay a little bit closer so you guys can see the angle of my hand. Ready? This one comes across, pull, block, twist. Ear, pull, block. Ear, pull, block. Ear, pull, block. Very good. So from here, attention stance, closed stance, shoulder stance. All right, let's do it a couple more times. This hand down, this hand back. Let's do it all as one move. Ready? Block. 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 Very good. Attention stance.
Okay, let's take a look at this now. Remember, so what I'm trying to get the point across is that these root moves, these symbols that we're practicing in karate, have a lot in them, have a lot in there. So like, let's look at this downward block. So he might be in here, and this punch is coming out, and I do downward block. Now, I want you guys to notice, right, when he was doing downward block, we twist our fingers in on purpose because there's two bones in your forearm, right? And if I hit something really hard with one side, it's a lot easier to break. So when we're doing is gedambarai, is downward sweep. So I come in and I block with the two bones, right? So that's why we come this way and then twist at the end, right? So, but he might punch with the other hand, right? So I block that way, right? He might come in with the other punch, right? Punch. I grab it and I do downward block and I twist him up and throw him on the floor. He might come with the other punch, and I do downward block, right, and break his elbow. He might be grabbing my wrist, and I do downward block, and I get out of his grab. I might grab him and do a downward block into his rib cage, right? So this is what I want you to see as you're studying the karate, is that there's lots of things that are, you can expand from the basic practice move, right? Okay, so keep looking for all these things whenever we're working on our techniques. Okay, let's go on to front kicks.